Coast Heart Walk is coming up Saturday, September 16th. And this year, it's all about prevention and making sure that you are heart healthy. And here to give us some expert tips, I'd like to welcome back Dr. Shapiro from the Mayo Clinic. Welcome back to River City Live.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So obviously, it's so important, prevention, when you talk about that. And you have some tips really to help people out because really, what do they say? An ounce of prevention, right? Like that's what you want to do in order to block everything out. You know, so where do we start with everything? Does it start with diets or what do you recommend?
I see patients all the time who come in and ask me, Doc, what should I be doing differently? They may be coming in their 40s or 50s and so forth. And a lot of time they think they're wasting my time. I said, no, I'm really grateful that you're coming in. We can talk about this. So I have basically a whole paradigm that I go through, and basically it starts with exercise and diet. People say, well, what should I do with exercise? Should I get a personal trainer? What should I do? I say, wait a second, you don't have to be a nutcase. You know, I'm a nutcase when I exercise, but you don't need to be a nut. It's 150 to 200 minutes a week of just a moderate exercise, so a brisk walk, something along those lines. You don't have to be a triathlete and so forth. In terms of diet, I try to keep it really simple as well. Obviously, lots of fruits and vegetables, fish, chicken, this sort of thing, and then basically trying to keep your salt and saturated fats to a minimum. And so, and we go over specifics about all of these kind of things with regard to exercise and diet, and then very importantly, obviously, blood pressure, cholesterol, and sugar management. And then lastly, I talk to patients about stress and sleep, two very important components that can really have a negative impact from a cardiovascular standpoint.
And not to break it down too much, but it really seems like just you're being basic about everything, right? If you get sleep, you have a proper diet where you're adding color, you're getting exercise. That's really key to a lot of this.
It's really that simple. I mean, I think we try to complicate it with all these different kind of fad diets and so forth, but really I tell people it's what your grandma told you.
Right.
You know, it's that simple. And then they'll ask me, so what do you do each day? And I say, well, every day without exception, I eat a salad. You know, and I put as many colors in that salad, make it as big as possible, olive oil and vinegar, and that I know I'm getting a lot of fruits and vegetables that way. I'll throw a fruit, a banana, an apple in there for a snack. And then often breakfast, maybe oatmeal or cereal, and dinner something, you know, healthy with a low-carb diet. And I don't think that's very complicated, truthfully.
It's probably a pattern, though, that it's hard to start, but once you do, then it's easy to maintain. Right, and I think that's the key, is getting started. Let's talk about the prevalence of heart disease. How prevalent is it?
So it's the #1 killer in America, and basically we start seeing it in men, usually in their 40s, 50s. Women usually have about a 10-year gap of time, but they'll catch right up to the men. So one of the misconceptions is women don't get heart disease. That's very, very false. They'll just catch up with us when they're post-menopause.
And not to get too technical, but for a woman, there's different signs and symptoms, right, of heart disease and heart attacks.
Absolutely. I mean, people think, oh, I'm going to get the classic symptoms of chest pain when I'm exercising. Half the patients present very atypically. I'll never forget my first patient with a heart attack who had armpit burning.
Wow.
You know, I've seen people with no symptoms have massive heart attacks. It's a very unpredictable disease. And I really try to focus. I don't want to see them at that point. I want to see them 5, 10 years before, when we can really make an impact in their health.
And one thing that's important too, if you have family history, well, that's the time that you really want to be engaged with a cardiologist or even your family practitioner to make sure that you're okay. And if you talk about just getting like a lipid profile or just a baseline, it doesn't really take that much time to do, right? And you get a pretty good understanding of where you are with cholesterol, heart rate, and things like that, correct?
There's so much we're learning about genetics, and I always tell people, you can't pick your parents, you know, your genes are what they are. But what you could do is really have an impact on your health with that sort of global picture we just outlined. And a lot of times you can really make people do pretty well.
All right, and it's all about prevention. So one more time, here's all the information about the First Coast Heart Walk. Again, it's Saturday, September 16th. It's at Metropolitan Park. Now, it starts at 8:30, and then I think everybody starts walking about 9:30. So just so you know, bring the family. Mayo Clinic will be there. There'll be a lot of great activities for the kids. Also bring your dog, because there's a top dog prize. So again, a lot of fun. And the purpose of this is to raise awareness and get people to have a healthy heart. So thanks again, Dr. Shapiro. We appreciate it. Right now, we're going to send it to Eden.